His name was Mr. Leonard Jones, though no one called him that. Most folks just said, "The man in the hat." Every morning at exactly 6:30 a.m., he could be found in the town's largest park, Birchwood Green, carrying an old plastic bucket in one hand and a rusty grabber stick in the other. He wore the same faded blue jacket, the same worn sneakers, and that sun-faded green baseball cap. He didn't say much, he didn't ask for anything, he just picked up trash, one piece at a time. Birchwood Green was a big space, wide walking trails, wooden benches, and a playground with squeaky swings. Every day, people came to enjoy it. Joggers, dog walkers, kids on bikes, parents with strollers. But not many noticed the little things. How clean the trash bins stayed, how the sidewalks stayed swept, how the leaves were always cleared from the benches. Most thought the city sent someone, but the city never did. It was just him. On a Tuesday afternoon, a group of teenagers sat near the basketball court. They watched Leonard walk by with his bucket and chuckled. "Hey, you missed a spot, garbage man," one boy laughed, tossing a wrapper to the ground. Leonard looked at the wrapper, picked it up, dropped it in his bucket. Didn't say a word. Another boy said, "Is he even getting paid for this? Why's he do it?" No one answered, because no one knew. At the sandwich shop later that day, an older man said loud enough for the tables to hear, "I saw that old guy again this morning." You'd think someone would tell him to go home. What's he trying to prove? Leonard was in the corner booth. He didn't lift his head, but he heard, and still, the next morning, he showed up. It was Saturday. Families filled the park. Kids ran with ice cream cones. Someone was playing guitar near the pond. Leonard was there too, walking the trail as usual. One hand on his grabber, one hand holding his bucket. He picked up a crushed soda can, a candy wrapper, and a plastic straw stuck between two stones. That's when a black car pulled up beside the sidewalk. The door opened. Out stepped a woman in a red blazer, heels clicking on the pavement. A few people turned. Some stood. It was the mayor. The mayor walked straight toward Leonard. "Mr. Leonard Jones," she said. He looked up, startled. "Yes, ma'am," she smiled. "We've been hearing about you. For a while now. You've been cleaning this park for how long?" He scratched the back of his head. "I reckon, about 12 years. Ever since I retired. Started with the pond trail. Just couldn't stand seeing all that mess." The mayor nodded. "And the city's never paid you?" He shook his head. "Didn't ask him to." "And why do you keep doing it?" Leonard looked out across the trees. "Because folks deserve a clean place to sit, and because when I was a boy, this park gave me peace. I figured I could return the favor." People nearby had gathered now. Some recording, some holding their kids' hands. The teens who had laughed earlier stood at the edge of the crowd, mouths slightly open, and the mayor said, loud enough for all to hear, "Well, Mr. Jones, it's time someone said thank you." She turned to the assistant behind her, who stepped forward holding a small black box. Inside was a golden badge. Community Care Award, presented to Leonard Jones, for 12 years of unseen service. The mayor also held out a folder, and this is a part-time city offer. You don't have to accept, but it comes with benefits, and a paycheck. We'd like you to keep doing what you do. Officially. Leonard blinked, speechless. "I don't know what to say," he whispered. "You already said it," she replied. "Every day, with every piece of trash you picked up." That night, social media lit up. Pictures of Leonard holding his award, videos of the mayor's speech, quotes from folks who had passed him 100 times, but never stopped to say a word. "He cleaned my picnic table every Sunday. He helped my grandma carry her cane to the bench. My kid calls him the trash ninja." By Monday, someone had added a plaque to the bench near the fountain. It read, "To Leonard Jones, the man who kept our park clean, and reminded us what true care looks like." Leonard still comes every morning. Same jacket, same hat, but now, a city pin rests on his collar. People wave. Some bring him coffee. Kids shout his name like he's a superhero. And the teens, they show up on Saturdays now, with gloves and trash bags. Because the man they once laughed at taught them what showing up really means. Leonard didn't change after the ceremony. He still wore his old hat, still brought his same creaky grabber stick, still walked the same trail each morning. head down, watching for bits of plastic and paper that didn't belong. He didn't ask for attention, didn't buy new clothes, or post about his award. He just kept showing up, because Leonard didn't pick up trash to be celebrated. He picked it up, because someone needed to, and because the peace he felt in the park. He wanted others to feel it too. But the town changed. At first it was small. One man bent down to grab a coffee cup instead of walking past. A teenager picked up a candy wrapper and tucked it into his backpack. An older woman brought a bag of birdseed for the benches, just like she'd seen Leonard do. And then, something bigger happened. A mother named Danielle asked Leonard if her son could help him one Saturday. "He needs something real to be part of," she said. "Something that matters." Leonard said yes, and that one boy brought 2 friends the next week. By the end of the month, 20 people showed up. That's how Jones Cleanup Saturday was born. Not from a city meeting, not from a press release. From one man's quiet consistency. Every first Saturday of the month, neighbors meet by the wooden bench near the playground. They bring gloves, buckets and bagged lunches to share afterward. They sweep the trails, rake the mulch, polish the little plaques that honor local veterans. Kids draw chalk hearts near the sidewalk. Elders tell stories about how the park looked before Leonard. The mayor even shows up sometimes, not in a suit, but in sneakers, pushing a wheelbarrow. And once a reporter came back to do a follow-up story. She asked Leonard, with a voice full of admiration, "How does it feel to know your work changed the town?" Leonard looked out at the pond, where ducks were gliding across the water, and a little boy was holding his mom's hand as they picked up a bottle cap. He smiled. "Feels nice," he said. Then he added, quiet but steady, "But I didn't do it to be seen. I did it so others could see something worth keeping clean." And somehow those words echoed louder than applause ever could. Today, Birchwood Green is different. Not because of fancy upgrades, not because of city grants, but because of one man with a bucket, a grabber stick, and a quiet kind of courage. The kind that doesn't wait for thanks, the kind that leads by example, the kind that shows up, even when no one else is watching. There are fewer cigarette butts now, fewer crumpled napkins blowing through the breeze, even fewer squirrels raiding trash cans, because leads actually get closed. Not because of rules, not because of fines, but because of Leonard Jones. Families now choose Birchwood Green for birthdays and reunions. Schools bring kids there for outdoor reading days, and volunteers show up without being asked, because they believe in what Leonard built. Not a job, not a movement, but a message: leave the place better than you found it. Near the East Trail, under a tall oak tree, there's a new wooden sign. It was carved by a local woodworker, and placed there during the first community day, after Leonard's award. It doesn't brag, doesn't list dates or sponsors. It simply says, "He didn't speak much, he just cleaned, and because of him, we learned to leave things better than we found them." In honor of Leonard Jones, kids like to stop and trace the letters with their fingers. Elders sit nearby and share stories. And Leonard, he still walks the path every morning, still watching, still picking up, still smiling to himself, as the town quietly follows in his footsteps. They laughed at the man collecting trash, but when the mayor showed up, the truth came out. He wasn't just cleaning the park, he was teaching a town how to care. Because the quietest people often leave the loudest echoes.